Hi everyone, hope you're well. So today we're going to be reading a book that's set in Japan, and that is where Zorg is going to travel to next. So this book is called The Strongest Boy in the World. Now, do you think this boy looks very strong? I don't think so. Let's find out. And what do you think these people might be, or what do you think they might do? Long ago in Japan, many boys dreamed of becoming champion wrestlers. You see, champion wrestlers were celebrities. They were very rich and very, very famous, even more famous than pop stars and film stars are today. And here's a poster, and it says, "Tournament in Kyoto." One boy called Kaito did more than just dream. "I'm pretty tough," he said to himself. "I'll try my luck at wrestling tournament in Kyoto." And this skinny boy left his village and set out for the great city of Kyoto. After a while, Kaito came to a steep hill where he saw a girl balancing a bucket of water on her head. She had just filled it up from the river. Look, I bet she's got a long, long way to travel back. Good, I'll have someone to talk to, he thought. She looks friendly. Then a silly idea came into Kaito's head. That bucket's full. She has to balance it very carefully. I could tickle her. She'd have to laugh. And I'd laugh, and she'd try not to wobble. It would be so funny. Then he frowned. No, I mustn't. She might spill the water and get cross. But Kaito couldn't resist the temptation. He crept nearer to the girl and stretched out his hand. And do you think he's going to tickle her? Do you think it's the right thing to do? Wham! The girl slammed her arm down firmly, trapping Kaito's hand. Much to his amazement, Kaito could pull his hand free. The girl did not spill a single drop of water. She just walked up the hill, dragging poor Kaito behind her. "Hey!" yelled Kaito. "Who are you? Let me go!" The girl giggled. "I'm Hannah," she said. "Who are you?" "I'm Kaito. I'm going to Kyoto for the wrestling tournament." "Are you sure?" she asked. "Wrestling is very dangerous, you know. There'll be huge, strong wrestlers in Kyoto, and I don't want to be rude, but you look a little feeble." Do you see? She's trapped her hand. Do you think she might be very strong? Kaito was speechless, and so Hannah dragged Kaito all the way to her cottage at the very top of the hill. Could you imagine carrying a big bucket of water on your head and pulling Kaito with you? Inside, Hannah looked Kaito up and down. She said, "I might be able to help you. There are 3 weeks until the tournament, and maybe I can toughen you up. No promises though. I can't work miracles. You really are very weedy." So weedy is another describing word for very small and very weak. "Oh dear," sighed Kaito. Well, I have nothing to lose, so he agreed to Hannah's plan, and the next day his training began. Hannah made Kaito run, jump, kick, stamp, touch, stamp, lift and punch. She fed him big bowls of fish stew and rice, and at the end of the first week, Kaito asked, "Well?" Hannah shook her head. "A long way to go, Kaito." In the second week, Hannah fed him enormous bowls of tough meat and half-cooked rice. At the end of the week, Kaito asked, "Well?" But Hannah shook her head. "Not yet, Kaito." In the third week, Hannah fed him a gigantic bowls of raw rice and the boniest fish and meat stew. And Kaito asked, "Well?" Hannah said, "Yes, I think you're ready, Kaito. Good luck for the tournament." So Kaito set out for Kyoto once more. In Kyoto, all famous wrestlers were gathered. They paraded through the streets boasting of their strength and showing off their huge bulk. They laughed at Kaito. "Go home, little boy," they sneered, "before we squash you flat." Kaito trembled, but stood firm. Who knows what they might be? The tournament started the very next day. The rules were simple. 2 wrestlers meet in the ring. Each tried to push the other out of the ring or onto the floor. The winner stayed in to fight the next man. The last wrestler standing would be the new champion. The first wrestler was huge and scary. That Kaito looked tiny beside him. But When Kaito gave him a little push, the enormous man flew out the ring as if a giant attacked him. Kaito had won. Oh, I think it might just be luck. Let's see if he really does win. Kaito beat all the other wrestlers. Well, all but two, who said that unfortunately they couldn't stay to wrestle this year, as suddenly they had urgent and important things to do at home. Kaito was champion. I think they're actually tricking. I think they're just scared. An important man came from the palace with Kaito's prize. The emperor says he has never seen such wrestling. He invites you to come and live at the court as his imperial champion. I'm deeply honoured, replied Kaito, but I miss my village and the countryside. I must take this prize to Hana, who truly deserves it, and then I'll go home. So Kaito set out for Hana's cottage, holding tight to the casket. As he came near, he saw her running to meet him. "Welcome back, champion," she called. "Welcome back, the strongest boy in the world." Now, I think she's even stronger. Oh my goodness, look at that. Kaito laughed and thanked Hana for making his dream come true. And while Hana stayed in the hills, busily clearing huge rocks from her fields, Kaito continued his journey home. But did Kaito become rich and famous? Well, the country gods love good wrestling, and they blessed Kaito's village. The crops grew tall and the people were happy, and the story of the champion Kaito became famous. And now you know it too. So this story, it says here, is actually a story based on a famous Japanese tale. And it also says the original story is about a grown-up warrior who is on his way to a wrestling tournament when he meets a beautiful widow, one of the legendary strong women of Japanese myth. She teaches him how to be invincible. Now, I don't think it actually matters whether you're big or small. I think we're all strong inside in lots of different ways. But I also like the way that Kaito decided to come back and also share his prize with Hana. What do you think? I hope you enjoyed this story, and I hope we enjoy learning all about Japan. Hopefully see you soon. Bye!